Hi, this is Iggy Ignatius sitting here in the porch of my beautiful Florida home. Today is June 30th, 2024, and this show is going to summarize what the people have selected in terms of which cities they would like to go and which months they would like to go. So, I will be showing you the results of the last form you all filled in. There were about 50 responses, and out of 50, 10 just answered no, they're not ready for it now. And some of the 10 were that we are more interested in Southeast Asia or other countries in South America. So Mexico was not for them because they've seen it. The 40 people who have responded, I will show you when I'm looking showing you the results. I had shown you five cities: Tijuana, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, Oaxaca, and Cancun. And out of these, Tijuana, I don't think is a non-star. I think it's a non-starter. Uh, so that's probably being dropped off because we really cannot pull it off with that. So it will be the four cities, and the summary is that we cannot do a 1 week wheel in Mexico. So four cities, it's a 4 week trip. That's not possible because we don't have the numbers. But we can probably pull off a 2 week wheel. That is, every month we'll have uh, one person staying there for 2 weeks. So in 14 days would be one stay in a week. Everybody will start in Puerto Vallarta, and then they will go to Mexico City and stay there for 2 weeks. And then they will go to Oaxaca, stay there for 2 weeks, and then go to Cancun, stay there for 2 weeks, and go back home. So that is probably feasible. We can pull that off if we do get, since there are 26 slots available. Each month has approximately only two slots available. So remember, when you see this, only two people can be allotted January because we have only one condo. So a person will start, let's say, I think it's January 4th. If they start on January 4th, then it will be 4th, and then 18th they will start in the next city, which is Mexico City, and a second person will start their journey on January 18th. So that's how it will be. So there are only two people can get allotted, and if we are going to go ahead with it, we will allot it based on the choices and first come first approved or allotted person. So hurry up if you are sure you want to go in the slot that you want to go. Be the first one to fill in the forms. Now let us look at the form that I sent last time, for which about 50 people responded, and I'll give you the details when I show you the results. So this form had your email we collected. The second question was whether you were interested in the wheel, Mexico wheel. About 40 people had said yes. Then I had asked you which cities you would be interested in. So the choices were all Tijuana, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, Oaxaca, and Cancun. Of course, when you see the results, you will see that Tijuana was almost nobody wanted it, very, very few people. So that's almost out of our next set. Then I had asked you about the which month you would prefer. So any month or any particular months, and then for any comments. In the comments, Some of you had written that you would like to have a longer stay in places, and as you'll see in the results will show you, because we don't have 52 people to make it a 1 week wheel, because we'll be renting the condo for a year, and there are 52 weeks, and if everybody is traveling for 1 week in each in the places in any city, then we will need 52 people, and we don't have 52 people. But really, I think if we did a 2 week wheel, 2 weeks in each city, then I think possibly we might be able to pull it off. So let us look at our numbers, the final numbers. So this is the Google Sheet I've used to capture all the data from each of you. That this is from the first person who responded. Then the second person said they're not interested. This is the second person who is interested. So let me show you how I have captured the data. So for the first person, this one, they are interested in going to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, and Oaxaca. And Cancun. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, Oaxaca, and Cancun, the four cities. They don't want to go to Puerto Vallarta. So if you see uh, for Tijuana, for all the months, I have put zeros because they're not interested in this. Similarly, then I look at which months they want to go. January through May. January, February, March, April, May. So what I have done for these four cities, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Oaxaca, and Cancun, for all the 12 months, starting from January through May, because for these 5 months is what they are interested, I have put once. Okay, so I think you will be able to understand, because now this is the basis with which I consolidate the total numbers. So I create a chart like this for each person. So let's look at the next one so you will understand one more. So this person here, the second valid response, they want to go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, and Oaxaca. They don't want to go to Tijuana or Cancun. So if you look there, Tijuana is all zeros. Their Cancun is all zeros. But for Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, and Oaxaca, where they want to go, and they want to go for any month, so I filled it with once until December. So what will happen is when these two I add, so this matrix and this one, I should get the sum of these two people on uh, how many people want to go to each city in each month. So that's what I have done. So next, let me show you the totals that I have reached. So the totals that I have reached is, for example, Tijuana. There are in January only 8 people want to go. So very very few people. In February only 7 people want to go. March only 7. April and May only 6, and then only 7 for the remaining months. So if we are going to do a 52-week wheel, Tijuana cannot be included because there are not 52 people who are even interested in Tijuana. Uh, and so if you look at the other cities total, now Puerto Vallarta, they 30 people want to go in January, 28 people want to go in February, So, like that, you see the numbers, and the lowest is during the months of June and July and August, 18 people. So, remember that we have only, so we cannot do even a 52-week wheel or a weekly wheel uh, uh, because we don't have 52 people. We need 52 people to do a weekly wheel. Only then, because only two people can be accommodated in, if we are going only one city, and two people go there for, four people go for a week, then for the whole 12 months, we have 52 weeks. So we need those 52 people if Puerto Vallarta was the only place. So we don't have 52 people. So looking at the numbers, it is clear we cannot do a weekly wheel. So we have decided to do a 2 week wheel. And since there are about 40 people who have responded, for a 2 week wheel over 52 weeks in a year, it is equal to 26 slots. So it's almost each month we'll have only two slots. So even though Puerto Vallarta 30 people want to go, only two of them will get allocated. Okay, so this is how we look at the numbers. So the next thing what I did, I averaged these 4 months and it comes to 26.75. I did not include Tivana in the average, so Tivana will not be there. Then February the average is 26, March 24.25, and so on for the other months. So this, what this number signifies is, this is the average number of people who want to go in January. Okay, just January. It has nothing to do with the which cities they want to go. So average for this month is 26.75. But if we do a 2 week wheel, we have only two slots in a month. So obviously 30 people are interested. We cannot allocate them. So we have to select them on a first come first basis for January. So in the next form that I'm going to send you, yeah, you will be given what is your first choice. So each month there will be two slots approximately. So you have to select your first choice like that. Up to 10 choices I have given. Because please understand that only two people will get January because we have only one condo that we have rented for a year, and there are only 2 week slots. There are only two of them in any given month. So next, what I did is I took all these average each month number of people who want to go, and I calculated the average of these averages, so which comes to 24.46. So this tells us on an average 20.46 people want to go in any month. Now this number is important because if you look at it, the people, the score above 20.6, which would be January, February, March, April, and then December is almost there, but not really. So December and September are 20, so it is just lower than, and the other months the numbers are lower. So this gives us a clue that these are the off-peak months, these months after May onwards, and the first 4 months are the peak months. So to be fair to everybody, what we did is we took this average number and divided uh, the monthly number from by the average to get a ratio about how much. the weightage we should give it on the rent, because we are, let's say that the next line I've done is the monthly rent I'm assuming is 750. So for 2 months it will be $1,500. So this $1,500 for the 2 months, it will be 2 months because it is 2 weeks in Puerto Vallarta, two in Mexico City, then two in Oaxaca, and then finally two in Cancun. So this is 8 weeks or 2 months. So approximately one 1,500 is our cost of the 2 month rental. Per month is 750. In this, of course, the rent itself we may get it for 500-600 hopefully, and the rest would be go for the utilities, internet, and all that stuff. And we also have to buy um, like linen, sheets and pillow covers and stuff like that. Even though it's furnished, it's better to have our own linen. Usually we keep about 2 to 3 sets. So one set is in washing, one is actually put on the bed, and another set is standby. So for each condo in each city, we have to buy 3 sets of linen to use. So then our total cost would be 1,500 a month. So that I multiplied it by the ratio we got for January, and you see the rent comes to 1961. In February it is 1906. In March it is 1778. And these numbers are varying by the actual number of people going that particular month. So those who are less than this 20.46 will be paying less than 1,500 because it's off peak. It's almost like in Airbnb also. If you go, the peak season rental will be almost double of the off peak. So the people who want January, which is the most wanted month, they will pay 1961, but we our expense for that month is only 1,500. But if you go for the low months, for example, take June and July, it's only 1191 per month, but our rental cost is 1,500. So this is where the power of this collective wheel comes. We all share it. So those people who are going peak pay a little more, like these months, and people go choose to go on the low months. They pay much less. And there are people like me. I'm retired. I can go any month. So instead of wanting to spend 1961, I will select 1,191 because I am going there for exploring whether this is the best place for me to retire, and little bit sightseeing. But if that's the place I'm going to stay, sightseeing doesn't become that important. You're going to go there, stay, walk down the street, eat your food in the local restaurants and shops, go to the grocery shops, go to the farmers market, things like that. So it doesn't matter. But some people are constrained because they may still be working or something, or they're just going for sightseeing in this wheel, and they are not really interested in exploring, which again is my. I am like that. I'm already chosen Malaysia to live. Right now, I'm in the US. I'm leaving in about 30 days. So for me, if I go to, on all this, I will really be visiting only for sightseeing those places. I've already chosen my retirement destination. So keep that this in mind when I show you the form uh, where you will. I'll walk you through the form, show you how it will look and what you are choosing there. Okay, let's look at the form now. So this is the form that will open. You would first have to enter your email here. So you can just say accept whatever your email is. And then any comments you will fill here. And then here we will start the actual questions about. So with this one, the first preference to start your wheel. That is based on, these are the costs. So, what is your first preference based on that? So, let's say you want to select the cheapest week, June or July. So, you will say here that I want to start my trip on the 13th week, which is June. Second preference would be again a second June. Then you say you can do a July. July, the first week, and then again July. So these are your two choices, let us say, and then you don't have to select anything else, and then you can just say submit. So your response has been recorded, and then when I get all the responses, let's say within the next 1 or 2 weeks, we will do the plan the details of the other thing. So you've seen the results. So I would appreciate if you can send your reply immediately so that we can go ahead to the next stop of actually finalizing the which condos, signing the lease, and all that stuff. Okay. Thank you and hope to meet you all soon.